Hello everyone, myself Himanshu Dhupia, and today we are going to talk about the metamorphic rocks. So what exactly is metamorphic? Metamorphic means change of form. So basically students, there are three type of rocks. We have already covered igneous rocks, sedimentary rocks, and this is the third one. So all these rocks are formed by different methods. Igneous rocks are formed through the magma's solidification, lava solidification. When this igneous rocks undergo sedimentation, compaction, cementation, then the sedimentary rocks form. And this particular metamorphic rocks, these are formed by the temperature, like high temperature and high pressure. So because of high temperature and pressure, igneous rocks and the sedimentary rocks are changed into something else. That is our metamorphic rocks is. So all these three rock formation is called the rock cycle. We have already covered it. So basically what happens, magma is there, magma is coming out through volcano, okay, lava. If the lava solidifies, the magma solidify beneath the earth's surface, that will be called as intrusive igneous rocks. If the lava comes out, then it will be called as what? Extrusive igneous rocks. Now that igneous rocks will be solidify. This will solidify, layers will be formed due to erosion, sedimentation will be formed. Sedimentation will happen like weathering. Do you know the concept of weathering, erosion and sedimentation? We have already covered in the sedimentary rocks, so go check that video out also. So when due to weathering, erosion, transportation and deposition, this particular igneous rocks fragments, the deposit and the lithification happens, mean compacting and cementing is called as lithification. Then the sedimentary rocks form. Sedimentary means the main characteristic of sedimentary rocks are layering, remember that. Now due to burial of heat and pressure of these particular rocks, sedimentary plus igneous, our metamorphic rocks are formed. Okay, again these metamorphic rocks will go into the mantle, again this process. So all this full cycle is called as rock cycle. Okay, so today we will talk about metamorphic rocks, and before that I will welcome you all that Universal Group of Institutions, Bangalore. So our first PUC, second PUC, Commerce and Arts admissions are open along with the degree courses. In PUC we are offering CLAT, CSET and CUT courses, along with the academics, and in BCom we are offering chartered accountant also along with IAS, IPS and KS. In BSc and BA we are offering you IAS, IPS and KS coachings. Okay, and this time we are beginning MA Political Science also. So if you are interested, and so you can visit universalinstitutions.com, and if you use HIM007 as the referral code during your admission process, you can get a special discount also. Okay, and from my previous videos, you should definitely subscribe our channel, keep the notification bell icon on so that you can get the videos notification earliest. Okay, I have already covered igneous and sedimentary. Go check that out. Fine. Now if I talk about then how exactly metamorphic rocks are formed. So metamorphic rocks originate from pre-existing rocks, means these are not new rocks. Remember, igneous rocks are the new rocks when they are the first one to form. New rocks means igneous is a new formation, sedimentary is the new formation after the igneous, and metamorphic rocks are formed when already igneous and sedimentary are present on the earth crust or the ocean floors. Okay, so when igneous rocks and sedimentary rocks goes under transformation, that is our metamorphic, then the metamorphic rocks formed. You have to remember that. And during this transformation, both physical and chemical changes happens. And why? How it happens? Because of three things. First is heat, second is pressure, and third is mineral rich fluids. If there is a feldspar present, quartz present, so it will change the properties of the rocks itself. Okay, so this is again our rock cycle is there. Okay, so whenever you either you're in academics or in UPSC, you should draw maps like this, diagrams like this, for better understanding for the invigilator also, and it impresses the copy evaluator. Okay, so this particular transformation happens where? It happens deep within the earth crust. Remember that. It will happen only deep within earth crust. That's why we say metamorphic rocks are formed by the heavy, like high temperature and high pressure. How will be high temperature? As we will go down in the earth, earth crust, you will get the temperature rise up. And similarly, when we are going into depth, so our pressure will also increase. Okay, so our metamorphic rocks will always form the depth of the earth crust. Okay, now second, that metamorphic, so example being this one. So shale is a sedimentary rocks. It is a sedimentary rock. Now increasing metamorphism, I will talk about metamorphism. Increasing heat and pressure, it will result into slate, second form. Shale will change into slate, slate will change into phyllite, phyllite will change into schist, and schist will change into gneiss. This shale is the sedimentary rock, slate, phyllite, schist and gneiss are the examples of metamorphic rocks. Okay, fine. Now there are many types of this metamorphism basically. So just for now you understand that there are two types of rocks, metamorphic rocks, that foliated and non-foliated. Foliated means layering. Foliated metamorphic rocks are those rocks who are having layers. Can you see layers in slate, phyllite, schist, gneiss, migmatite, all are having layerings. You can clearly see the layerings in these rocks. And non-foliated like quartz and soapstone, they won't be having any layers. Those are called non-foliated. So foliated means layering basically. And due to regional metamorphism, foliated metamorphic rocks are formed, and due to contact metamorphism, our non-foliated rocks are formed. So we will talk about it. So if I talk about metamorphism, so what exactly is metamorphism? So metamorphism is a process by which recrystallization and a reorganization of minerals occur within rock. See students, these rocks, can you see this? So shale was a sedimentary rock. Okay, this was a sedimentary rock. So it was having some crystals like this. Due to high pressure and high heat, what happened in this one? These crystals got recrystallized. They change their properties and change into the slate, change into the phyllite. So phyllite, schist, gneiss, slate also have the crystals, but it got recrystallized. So as the metamorphism, as the temperature and heat increases, the crystals also change its positions. Okay, that's why the metamorphism is recrystallization and a reorganization of minerals occur within a rock. If this is a rock, so if the recrystallization happens, like the crystals are present but they change into something else, some other crystals, that is our metamorphism. Okay, so this is how it looks like. Increasing pressure, as we are going down, temperature will also increase and pressure will also increase, because as we are going down, you are going near to the magma chamber, and magma chamber is already hot. So this particular area, can you see this? This is called our contact metamorphism. So we will talk about the types of metamorphism. So foliated means bands, sheets and plate stripe formation. In non-foliated, you won't find any plate or stripes. Example are slate and gneiss. So in examination directly they ask that gneiss is an example of foliated or non-foliated. So it can be asked in examination. Same way, marble and quartzites. So you have to tell that marble, that is formed from the limestone, it is a type of metamorphic rock, but it is non-foliated. Okay, these are the types of metamorphism. So if I talk about, like, these all are the types: regional, high pressure, contact, sea floor, burial and shock metamorphism. Very important for the examination point of view. So first of all, we will talk about the contact metamorphism. Okay, first is our contact metamorphism. Contact metamorphism, can you see in the right side that it occurs around igneous intrusions. What is igneous intrusion? Igneous intrusion means these are igneous intrusion. Intrusion means inside the earth crust. So that is called our igneous intrusion. So contact metamorphism will happen at such places where surrounding rocks are baked by the heat. Can you see here? This is our igneous intrusion, and can you see this reddish color here? That is called our contact metamorphism. This is our contact metamorphism. Okay, so all these layers will be getting baked, as you can see in the definition. It will be baked by heat and new type of rocks will be formed. That is called our contact metamorphism. Okay, generally contact metamorphism will be at the shallow crust levels. If this is the crust, so you won't find contact metamorphism much deeper actually, because this is a cooling magma and the heat is present here. This is called our contact metamorphic zone. Okay, so this particular magma is here and this is our proper rock. This particular area is called as our contact aureole. Okay, aureole, or we can say metamorphic aureole. So this is our metamorphic aureole, the transition zone between magma and the main rocks. You have to remember that. Okay, it can be asked in examination. This is our main rock, this is our magma, this is our transition boundary. Okay, fine. So overall the theory about contact metamorphism is that you will find contact metamorphism around igneous intrusion, where the rocks are heated by whom? By the magma. What are the conditions? Temperature should be high and pressure should be low. Why pressure should be low? Because if pressure will be low, rocks will rise. Only then the contact will happen. If there will be high pressure, pressure will be not that much, what will happen? These rocks will be here only. If we need this rock need to rise up and heats up this particular area, it needs to have lower density. Low pressure area means it will tend to rise because it will have the high density in nearby areas. Okay, nearby. Okay, so example of this particular contact metamorphism is, first is our quartz sandstone. Sandstone is a sedimentary rock. Because of contact metamorphism, it changed into quartz. Remember. Okay, so if sandstone goes into the metamorphism means increase in pressure, increase in heat. If there will be a lot of temperature on this particular rock, lot of pressure will be there. So this is the close up of the sandstone. It will change into something else. Something else means quartz. Okay. Second example can be the marble. So this is our limestone. Due to increasing metamorphism, due to increase in temperature and pressure, it changed into marble. Okay, so these are the two examples, and these are the example of non-foliated rocks. Means when the contact metamorphism will happen, what type of metamorphic rocks will be there? Non-foliated rocks. You have to remember that. Okay, and you will find all these things where beneath the earth crust, and where silts, dikes and magma chambers are present. Okay, we are talking about the beneath the batholith, lecholith. Remember, I've already covered. Go check out the previous videos also. Playlist is there. Fine. Second is regional metamorphism. So earlier we talked about contact metamorphism. Now we will talk about the regional metamorphism. Simple. Regional metamorphism means it will occur over large areas, typically at convergent plate boundaries. This is very important. You have to remember. Whenever the mountain building is happening, how mountain builds? Two convergent boundaries are colliding. One plate will go down, one plate will go up. Okay, why this is going down? Because of the high density. This is going up because of the low density. Now this is how our mountains are formed. So at this subduction zone process, this particular area, you will find the regional metamorphism. Okay, so can you see in the diagram itself? This is the area of regional metamorphism. You have to remember that. Okay, so this particular type of metamorphism is characterized by high pressure and temperature due to tectonic collision. Earlier was due to igneous intrusion. See, same thing is going on. Metamorphism means increase in pressure and temperature. All the types of metamorphic, same thing. But the thing is that in regional metamorphism, in contact metamorphism, this increase of pressure and temperature were due to igneous intrusion. In this particular regional metamorphism, it is due to tectonic collision. You have to remember, tectonic collision. Because of the tectonic collision, this metamorphism is happening. Okay, and again same thing is there. Shell will convert into slate will convert into schist, gneiss, migmatite, and all these things are there. Okay, what are the location? Now you know convergent plate boundary. What are the conditions? High temperature, pressure, but due to tectonic collisions. What is the process? So process will be intense directed pressure aligns minerals creating foliated structure. So in contact metamorphism it was non-foliated, remember quartzites and marble. In regional metamorphism you will get that foliated texture of the rocks. Example being, this is a shale, it has been converted into slate. Okay, this is our mudstone changed into schist. This is our granite changed into gneiss. These are the example of our regional metamorphism. Third, our metamorphism is high pressure metamorphism. Okay, so we have covered the regional metamorphism and contact metamorphism, right? Now there is third type of metamorphism, that is called our high pressure metamorphism. Then comes our sea floor metamorphism, then comes the burial metamorphism, and the sixth one is shock metamorphism. So if I talk about high pressure metamorphism first, so basically when the continent plates are colliding, two continent plates are colliding with each other. Okay, do you remember Pangaea? So earlier Tethys Sea was there. So when Indian plate is colliding with the Eurasian plate, in between which sea was there? Tethys Sea was there. So when Indian plate collided with the Eurasian plate, ocean was present, sea was present, the name of sea was Tethys. So at such area high pressure metamorphisms are formed. Okay, because continental crust is forced to the substantial depth. When the Himalayas formed, what happened? Himalayas is going up 8 kilometers, right? 8848 meters. Same time the Eurasian, this Indian plate is going down and Eurasian plate is going up. So Eurasian plate went up to 8 kilometers. So Indian plate also went up to 8 to 9 kilometers. So in high pressure metamorphism, the continental crust goes into the substantial depths, you have to remember. Okay, depth. Then comes our next one. Okay, second is sea floor metamorphism. So how this metamorphism happens? When the sea water is interacting with hot basalt. Okay, so basically what happens when the plates are colliding? Yes, sea floor spreading is happening. Sea floor is spreading, divergent plate boundary. This basalt is the main dominant rock. Remember, our ocean floors are made up of generally basalt only. So when sea floor is spreading is happening, so cold water will penetrate downward through fractures in the oceanic crust. Okay, now when the cold water is going down into the mantle, what will happen? That cold water will heat up. Generally the cold water will heat up to 200 to 300 degrees as it passes through the crust. Okay, now this heated water, if the water is going down, this heated water will circulate. Like if water will heat, don't you think that it will again rise up? So this type of convectional currents will be formed. Okay, now this particular circulation of water, okay, this particular circulation of water will exchange lot of chemicals, lot of minerals, and this is how our sea floor metamorphism happens. New rocks are formed. Okay, so you have to remember all these things are there. Third is burial metamorphism. Okay, burial metamorphism. So it in this one, the sedimentary rock, can you see the sedimentary rocks here? Sedimentary rocks, they gradually, as they are going down in the earth, it is gradually changing into something else. Something else means metamorphic rocks only. So again, how this burial metamorphism happens? Again, high temperature and high pressure. Okay, fine. This is our burial. So remember, in burial you have to remember that sedimentary rocks are going down. Simple. Okay. Then comes our shock metamorphism. Shock metamorphism is very simple. The rock transformation is happening due to some meteoroid. Some meteoroid is coming on the earth like this, and it is hitting our earth surface. Hope you are getting my point. some meteorite is coming directly toward the earth, okay, and it is hitting the earth's surface. Instantly the new rocks form due to the intense heat and pressure. That is our shock metamorphism. Okay, so crater like situation, crater like structures will be shown. This is a type of crater, this is a crater only, okay, remember. Okay, and you will find such type of changements near the surface only, not in much depth, near the surface, here in this particular area. Okay, so some common examples of metamorphic rocks are granite. In the influence of pressure, it change into gneiss like this. Okay, then comes our clay. Clay change into shell, and shell change into schist due to high pressure. Pressure is written. Then comes our sandstone. Sandstone under high heat change into quartz. Clay or shell under high, if shell is there under high heat, it will turn again into slate or phyllite. Okay, coal under high heat and pressure will change into anthracite, and the limestone under high heat will change into the marble. Okay, so these are the common examples of metamorphic rocks. If we talk about the metamorphic rocks in India, students, so you will find gneiss and schist in our Himalayas, in this particular area, in our West Bengal, Bihar, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, and Odisha. You will find the schist and gneiss metamorphic rocks in these particular region. If we talk about quartz, so quartz you will find in Rajasthan, Bihar, Madhya Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, and surrounding parts of Delhi. Okay, nearby surround Delhi. If we talk about the marble, Rajasthan is very famous for marble. So in Rajasthan also some districts are there, namely Alwar, Jaipur, Ajmer and Jodhpur, and nearby surrounding Madhya Pradesh also, this Narmada Valley, Narmada parts in Madhya Pradesh, you will find the marble rocks, very famous. Okay, then comes our slate. So you will find the slate in Haryana, this is our Haryana and Himachal Pradesh. Okay, you have to remember that, and some parts of our Bihar also. And you will find the graphite into the Odisha, this is our Odisha, and Andhra Pradesh, AP. So you will find these rocks in this particular areas. So I hope I was able to let you understand the concept of metamorphism, metamorphic rocks. Examples are there, types are there. So you make sure that you read it fully. Okay, you read all the igneous, sedimentary and metamorphic rocks in detail. I have covered in detail. So make sure you like the video, you subscribe the channel, okay, and just share with all the friends who is preparing for our UPSC as well as PSC examination. Okay, and I want to take a feedback from you, that you tell me what topics you require, which topic you need the focus more on. I will definitely focus on those topics more. So I will wait your feedbacks. Till then, take care. Bye bye. See you in the next one.